Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to For Our Success podcast. I am Lucinda Jones, and I have with me tonight my team, Coach Mary Ann Anderson. Say hello, Mary Ann.
Hi, everyone.
And we also have Dr. Linda Dugan. Dr.
Hey,
Dugan.
everybody.
So we are going to review. If you recall, in January, we talked about SMART goals. And we're here tonight to follow up on those goals and see how you are doing, because we're going to share with you how we are doing with our goals. So I think Mary Ann is going to start us with those SMART goals. Is that right, Mary Ann?
Well, we can start with those, but I actually just wanted to look on and invite some folk to the live, and also, so I'll let you girls talk about where you are with your goals right now, and then we'll dive into other people. And but just to say this, we set those goals. We knew that there was going to be some challenges. We knew that, people look at goals sometimes as resolutions. Sometimes people have anxiety about goals, but you need to revisit those goals. And that's what today's show is all about. We wanted to come back. It's the end of the first quarter and just kind of see where you are, see what you've done. We want to see what's going well, what didn't go as well as you wanted it to go, and what would you do differently moving forward. And so those are the type of things we're going to talk about today, and we'll use ourselves, like Lucinda said, we're going to use ourselves as an example of what went well, and what didn't go as well as we hoped, and what will we do differently, and how you can actually apply these SMART goals to your life to make sure that you get things done. Because that's the whole point. In order for you to be successful, in order for us to be successful, we've got to plan our work and work our plan. But if we do it without a goal, we don't even know which way we're going. How do we know if we got there? So we'll talk about that and just kind of revisit some of that. And we want you to comment today, or whenever you view this. We want you to leave us a comment. Let us know how we can support you, or how our community can support you in making sure you do those goals, and we'll talk about it, not being so hard on yourself, and getting back up and starting over again. What do you think about that, Dr. Dugan?
I think that would be wonderful. Let's do it.
Okay, so let me just quickly just remind you what the acronym SMART, that's SMART. S is for specifics. What do you want to do? Measurable. How would you know that you have reached your goal? Is it achievable? Is it in your power to accomplish your goal? Realistic. Can you realistically achieve it? And then time. When exactly do you want to accomplish your goal? And so, Linda, do you want me to start with myself? We want to share with you our experiences and how we met our goal, or where we are. So, Linda, did you want to start?
Well, it doesn't matter. I'll start.
Okay.
I had two goals. One is coming along pretty good, and the other one is not. And I wanted to have to develop another passive form of income by this month. And I'm doing pretty good at that, in the sense that it takes a little time in order to learn this process. It has to do with learning a new technology. And it was specific enough that at least I'm in it and I'm measuring that success. I can see myself succeeding at that. It's going to take some time, but it is in process. It is achievable. I believe that it's very achievable, and it is realistic. And so it's coming along in a very timely fashion. The other goal that I have was to unclutter. Now it's springtime. I'm really thinking about this, but for a long time, you know, I've too much time. I've just had too much clutter. And sometimes clutter around you on the outside, well, maybe all the time, is a indication of clutter on the inside. And I'm trying to get rid of as much clutter and be as clear as possible. That goal has been elusive to me for a number of different reasons, and I'm still trying to figure some of them out. So Mary's going to help me with that. But I wanted to try to unclutter, and I was in another program. I was telling the two of you in which they suggested that we clean out 27 things each day, just unclutter 27 things in your garage, in your email, in your closet, somewhere, get rid of 27, at least. You can do more, of course, but at least 27 things every day that are cluttering up your space. And so I've been doing that, but not on a consistent basis. And when I do it, I feel so good. You know, it just feels good to accomplish that. But I've just been kind of disappointed in myself in that I haven't been able to be consistent in doing it. And there are people in our groups who have been able to achieve that, to really do those nine days of uncluttering. And some of them have gone beyond that. They feel so good to them until they're doing beyond the 9 days. And I want to be one of those people. Oh, but in the sense of also keeping it uncluttered, learning how to do that, you know, making that a priority, if at all possible. Well, I'm sure it's possible. So I haven't been as successful with that.
Okay. So what would you do differently if for either one of those goals or both? What would you do differently?
I think for the one that I have not met and I'm not satisfied with, I'm going to make it a priority in the first part of my day. That's what I'm going to change for, you know, this quarter, in the sense that once I get up and I do my meditation and, you know, prayer and all of that, the second thing in order will be to get rid of this stuff, you know, and that's where I've been getting caught up, and also being more mindful of looking over and planning my day the night before.
Mhm.
Those are two things that I'm going to really be consistent about doing for this quarter.
Good. Did you want to join in and make a comment, Mary Ann, or are you still
But
monitoring?
yeah, no, I was sharing with some people, but here's the thing. My challenge. Okay, so my goal. Let's look at it. I'm going to share the screen again with the SMART goals. Okay, so what was specifically, what do you want to do? So what did I want to do? I wanted to get rid of my storages in Atlanta. And as we speak, if you see the background, I'm in a different place because why? I'm here in Atlanta. Now I had 2 storages. Actually, I had 3 storages altogether, 1 in Michigan and 2 in Atlanta. And so, because I kept thinking I may move back to Atlanta, So I wanted to get, my birthday is in May, and I wanted to get rid of my storages by my birthday. And I always like to reach my goal prior to my birthday. So then when my birthday month comes, my birthday is in the middle of the month. And so when my birthday month comes, I can celebrate the whole month. So I thought, okay, what I'll do, I'll get rid of 3 storages. So I'll do 1 in January, 1 in February, and no, 1 in February, sorry, 1 in February, 1 in March, and 1 in April. So February, I was right on target. So measurable. How will I know when I reached it? I will know when I reached it because I will be done by May. There will be no more storages. Achievable. Is it in my power to accomplish? Yes, it was in my power to accomplish the 1 in February. I hired someone to help me. Well, March, and I'm here right now. My son is here from helping me from California, and I can tell you, no, it wasn't in my power. It was in my power, but it's because I allowed him to help me. So, but was it realistic that I can get it done in a time frame that I set? No, it wasn't. I thought it was. So that's what didn't go as well. We actually, what went well? What went well is I set the goal. I got rid of the first storage. I'm on the second and third storage right now. I was trying to get them both done this month, but I can't because there's a lot of life things that I'm going through. And we can talk about that. If you guys have life things that's stopping you from moving forward, I can attest to that. I understand that. And so, so my goal is in the next 3 days to get rid of at least one storage this month, but is it realistic? It wasn't the other day. Kind of looks more realistic now because my son had a strategy and he helped me. Remember I told you all to find a support system, have someone there to help you. I needed that support system. I needed him. I needed other eyes. I needed another mind saying, hey, what are you going to do with that? And I'll tell you all how at another time, how I handled the process of it. And so then realistic. So, I mean, timely. When exactly do you want to accomplish it? And I already told you that I want to accomplish it by my birthday. So what went well? I told you that I made the goal, that I got rid of one, that now my son is helping me. That went well. What didn't go as well as I wanted it to, I really wanted to get rid of more stuff that I gotten rid of right now. And so I'm still in the midst of that, and we're at the end of the month. I wanted you to do it by this month. What will I do differently? Well, excuse me, I involve my son even more. He's going to fly back and help me with the other storage. And so I'm coming up with a different plan. I have to reassess what I need to do going forward. But my plan is still, my goal is still the same. I expect to have these done by the end of March. And I mean, the end of April, so that I can celebrate in May. If it doesn't go, at least I've given it my best effort, because that's what my goal is, to have it done. So sometimes life shows up and different things come on, but stay on track. You fall off, just get back up again. Righteous man falls down, what, 7 times in a day and gets back up again?
Yeah.
Get back up. Keep on going. Have other people help you. You know, and so that's my example of a SMART goal. What went well, what didn't go as well, and what would I do differently? Anybody have any questions about that?
You know, but I wonder though, we set realistic goals, and just because it doesn't happen the way we expected it to, for example, life happens, things happen that we don't anticipate, right? So does that mean that the goal is not realistic? No, it doesn't mean that, right? It just means that stuff happens. And to your point, that's why it's good to have a support system, just in case life happens along the way while you are trying to fulfill your realistic goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
for sure.
yeah. So for me, my goal was to create a video, and each week, every week, beginning in the first Sunday of January, create a video that is empowering, that is encouraging someone. And I have been able to do that every week. As a matter of fact, I just did my most recent one. Saturday, as usual, 12 o'clock a.m. I set up for 12 o'clock a.m. on Sunday morning for it to start reviewing, for the public to see it. And so I've been on track, you know, so again, you know, like Marianne said, you know, be encouraged. If like I call it, if life happens, just get back. I'm sure life has happened even in this period where I've been creating these every week, you know. And if life happens to happen and I can't get it on that 12 a.m. that Sunday, we'll do it Monday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just have to keep moving, keep that goal before you, and just keep moving.
Can I just give them a glimpse of your, before we move on, can I give them a glimpse of your page and the videos, and, you know, just where they can see? This last one was really, really great. I just want to give a quick
I don't know if they
glimpse.
can
Let me
hear
share,
it.
let me
Turn it up
share.
some, yeah, but they can.
All right, so let me go here. All
And
right,
while she's
so
getting that, Lucinda, is it on, it's Facebook or is
Here-
it?
no,
It's
here
on
it is
Facebook,
right here.
yeah, as well,
you-
yes.
can
On
you see this?
YouTube. YouTube and Facebook.
Okay, here's YouTube, and here's her channel. Okay, Advocate Lucinda Esquire. So go to Advocate Lucinda Esquire and actually, you know, subscribe. And here are the ones that she's been doing. Look at that, every week. She's been putting them up faithfully.
Mhm.
So there we go. And this last one, I thought this was pretty good.
You can hardly hear it though. I don't know if they can.
Yeah, they probably can't hear this because of my audio.
Okay.
But go here and watch this one. This is wonderful. This one is entitled Sisters, Embrace Your Shades of Darkness. And what did it say? You are beautifully and wonderfully made. And it's so awesome because, you know, I like how one of the right here, this picture
That's
is
beautiful.
just amazing.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. I like the artwork. I like how you did this, and I think it's beautiful. But remember, most of her things. Can you hear that? Okay. So most of your things, Lucinda, is about what can I say? I'm sorry. It's about advocacy, right?
Right. And empowering people. Yes.
And
all of it is really in some form. Mhm.
yeah, I was going to say, this is advocating who we are as Black women. It is not, we're not leaving anybody else out or any other cultures out, but sometimes because of the shades of our skin, you know, people have different opinions about that. And so we need to advocate for ourselves, you know, to say, I love how you end that. I don't want to be a spoiler, you know, for people to see the video. I think they should go and see it for themselves. But I like how you ended that. I really did. I like what you said because it's so true and it's beautiful. And I'm a witness.
Yeah. So yes, it's all about goals. It's all about goal setting. And you know, your goals, you know, they really should come from you. Your goal should be something that represents what's inside of you. Don't you ladies agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And here's the thing. I was talking to someone the other day and they said, well, everybody thinks that I should be, and everybody thinks that I should do. And when I hear that, when I hear everybody thinks that, I want to know, does everybody include you?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Everybody, because a lot of times everybody don't include you.
Yes.
Everybody is, my mama thinks, my friends think, and everybody else thinks I should. And so now here everybody thinks I should do it. So I say, yeah, but what do you think? I said, it was a lawyer. He said, everybody thinks that he should be a lawyer. And I said, what do you think? He said, well, I think, you know, they might be right because, you know, I can do law. And I said, well, let me ask you something. When it's time for you to read, because you know law, you got to do a lot of reading, a lot of writing. When it's time for you to read and read and read the law and read the law, is everybody going to be your motivation? Or are you going to be your motivation?
You have to be your motivation. You really do.
Absolutely.
To make it work.
Because everybody will say, oh, you make a great this, you great that. And people just think it's just so easy because you're so natural at something. It's like, yeah, you make a great this, but baby, if you want to be professional at it, then you're going to have to do work. It's not going to just, and a lot of times you're going to be the Lone Ranger.
Yeah.
You know, when you're trying to get those certificates, when you're trying to get those licenses, when you're trying to get the degree, when you're trying to do what you need to do, honey, guess what? You're going to be up hours, you're going to be putting in time, but you'll do it because you're motivated to do it. A lot of times you don't even realize how much you read because you like what you're reading.
Yes.
It's what you want to do, you know? But what about those goals when you don't like? I don't like cleaning out my storage. That's the reason why I put it off so long.
Me too, girl. I know what you're saying.
So I had to find something that I like about that. And I like, first of all, I like the feeling of having something completed.
Yeah.
And done. And what I don't have to worry about is still being out there in the balance, you know, hanging in the balance out there. You know, I want it done, complete. I like that feeling. So I keep telling myself, okay, this is going to be done. How good am I going to feel when this is done? So that's what's motivating me. It's like, you know, how good are you going to feel when this is done? You don't have to worry about it. You can get some new furniture. You can get some, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, but I love my furniture. Get rid of it. I just went the other day and just put so much stuff out on the thrift. Then somebody just said to me, I said, oh yeah, I put all those little, oh, there's some PS2 games and I mean, it was so many toys, PS2 games and what do you call it, the little bitty DS games. When they say, hey, my child has DS. Well, I didn't know it, honey. I just put it all in the thrift store because that's the problem. So I told you that I would share with you one of the things that challenged me was I had been praying. I was like, Lord, I got 3 storages. Is that hoardism? You know, am I a hoarder? So, you know, I start watching shows on, you know, hoarding or whatever, you know, it was like, it just doesn't fit me because I don't know, just these stuff, you know. So I was thinking, and then the Lord revealed to me, and you guys know, you know, my system belief is Christianity. So I'm praying and God speaks to my heart and says, no, you're battling the someday syndrome. I said, huh? Someday syndrome. I said, someday I may need this. Someday somebody else may need this. Exactly. Someday I'm going to do something about this. Someday I will get to that. Someday. Have you ever battled the someday syndrome? Yeah. You know? And he said, you need to battle it because right now you're hoarding it. So if you're hoarding anything, you're hoarding a someday syndrome. Release the someday syndrome and start battling it. You're challenged by it, start battling it. And it is a challenge for me. I'm not gonna lie, because the first thing I think, someday somebody might use it. So here was the process. The Lord says, well, while I'm there, so now here's the process. I go, is this for today? Oh, wait, I gotta add this part. So I'm in there and I look at the storage. I said, well, Lord, here's my life. And the Lord spoke to my heart and said, no, that was your life. And I said, oh, he said, that was your life. Do you still have those children? Do you still have do you still need this? Do you still, that's not your life anymore. I'm an empty nester, you know, I'm not even head of a household anymore. I had to change my taxes this year. First time I've ever used single in my life. You know, since I've been working. And it's like, oh, no, Mary, that was your life. And if you look at it as was your life, you can let go of a whole lot of stuff because it's not your life. And so then he showed me, look at it, give my someday an expiration date. So this might work for some of you all. My someday has an expiration date. So will I need this someday in the next 3 months? Will I need this someday in the next 6 months? Will I need this someday in the next 9 months? And will I need this someday within the next year? And if I don't, it's got to go. And the only exception are my valuable antiques, you know, jewelry, things like that, valuable things that when I say, like, I have a Bible from 1700s, I'm not going to need that in the next year, but I'm going to keep that, you know, things like that. But it's like, is it for your life today, or is it for someday? And you all can think about that, you know. So that's one of the lessons I got in reevaluating this whole first quarter in my process through making sure that I can do it. Because like you said, you get that goal. If you're not motivated to stick with that goal, you probably won't. And if you don't have some help, it's probably going to be overwhelming or whatever, and you don't do it, or you can easily put it off if you don't have accountability partner or anybody that you're accountable to, like a coach like me. No, no, but if you don't have a coach, or you don't have family members, a friend, somebody that's holding you accountable, you'll let that thing go on in the background.
And
You're
Ray,
not going to get it
you
done.
hit on
Stop playing
something else.
games with yourself.
You hit on something else earlier when you were talking, and that was focusing not on, you know, oh, I missed the goal, or you know, this is too much, or you know, maybe I need to change, or just forget it, I'm just not going to do it. But focusing on the feeling that you have, or that you will have when you complete that task. Keep that in front of you. I think that is really, really important. Even when in the face of failure or disappointment in reaching our goals or whatever, but just focus on that feeling, and you know, continue to feel that. And while even the disappointment comes as a result of it being against what you really believe. So keeping that feeling is really, really important for keeping that goal alive, I think.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. When I'm coaching someone, I'm sorry. When I'm coaching someone, the first thing I want to find out is what it is they want. So what is the goal here? What's the goal of our coaching session? Then I want to ask, when do they want that done by? And then I go into, I have them to visualize themselves there. What will it feel like when you get there?
That's so important.
What will we be celebrating at the end? Sometimes in order for us to really clarify what it is that they want, I'll say, so by the end of 90 days, when we're our coaching, you know, the first leg of this, if we're going to just go with 90 days or longer, whatever, we're going to just stick with first 90 days. At the end of 90 days, what will we be celebrating? You know, what will we be celebrating? And sorry, my battery's going down. There we go. What will we be celebrating? And we will be you know, that's how I get to the goal. How will it feel? So how will you know when you get there? How will it feel to you when you get there?
It's so important to keep that feeling.
Yeah.
Focus.
Envision yourself accomplishing it. Yeah.
See
For
yourself. Yeah. Because that makes it alive. It makes it real for you, you know, when it's in front of you, and it keeps you positive too.
Yes.
Rather than negative. It keeps you in the positive mode rather than going off in the negative mode. So, you know, I know that once I, you know, accomplish this, oh, there will be such clarity in my house and in my mind and order. It also is going to make room for new things, like maybe a renovation of that space. Now that it's empty and clear, I might find that, you know, I want a new desk set, you know, or I want a new lamp, or something else needs to go in there. Maybe I need plants in there. You know what I'm saying? So just keeping yourself positive about it, I think, is really that factor that's going to keep you grounded in that goal to achieve it.
And you know, it's interesting, Linda, because I am experiencing what you just talked about. You know, once you create or you complete a goal, you finish it, it just motivates you. And see, now with me, I'm doing it from week to week, right? So when I complete that goal one week, man, I'm motivated. I'm starting that same week for the next week's video. And my creativity seems to be, you know, growing, and my excitement growing. So, you know, I am 2-3 videos ahead. So
Head. Well,
experiencing what you just described is really important to keep moving, finish them, keep moving, finish them, and your creativity, excitement, all of that will grow and
yeah.
develop. It'll come just naturally. You don't even have to, fight it up. It'll just come.
People will say, people will say, well, what kind of magic do you have?
Yeah,
That you're able to do stuff so easily. Well, it may not be easy, but got it done. And
yeah,
that's the way that it gets
yeah.
done.
And that's a
One
good
of
point.
the,
You know
one of
what?
the keys.
That is so true, Linda. It's not necessarily easy, but I think Linda alluded to this, but because it's a passion,
Mm-hmm.
passion and that excitement is there,
Right.
the harshness of it, it doesn't even cross my mind. Yes,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Right.
Interesting, yeah. The way life is. Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that, that our viewers have gotten some, beneficial information from this session today, from our show today, because we want to make sure that everybody understands that you're not an island. That's the reason why we named this group For Our Success, because all of us, you may hear us say that a number of times, all of us collectively, we want to succeed. And we need each other, and we need different tools and encouragement and partnerships. And there's just a lot that you need when you're trying to be successful in whatever endeavor, whether it's cleaning out your storage, or whether it's, producing your podcast, or producing your YouTube, or, starting your email business, or, whatever it is we want to do. We need each other. So iron sharpens iron. And so we want to be the iron that sharpens you. We want to make sure that when you come here, every time you come here, you can walk away with something you can apply to your life. And we've been hearing that from different people that watch the show. They want to have something they can apply to their life, especially with things that are so uncertain. And I don't think that goals or planning is ever going to go out of style. The way we do it may change. We may be more technical. You can download all kinds of apps. We may have different approaches to it, but it's not going to go out of style. If you want to be able to get to that place of success, you're going to have to plan your work and work your plan. You're not going to be able to get there stumbling and just keep on. If you're stumbling, stumble your way on to a destination. But if you keep going around in circles, or you keep taking detours and U-turns because you don't even really know where you're going, because you're like, I'm living day to day, you're not going to really get to that place of success in the time frame that you would hope. And so that's why we thought it's important to check in with you today. It's the end of the first quarter. We're going to take the next 90 days. I'm going to ask you again at the end of those 90 days, hey, what went well? What didn't go as well as you'd hope? And what will you do differently? Because we want you to succeed in whatever you plan for yourself this year. Take a good look at it, because some of those goals, are they realistic? Are they attainable? What do you need to add? I think that was one of the things we talked about, Lucinda, right? What do you need to add? What do you need to take away? What do you need to modify?
Yeah.
So yeah, so Linda and Lucinda, what do you all have as last words so we can let our listeners go?
Well, my last word is keep your eye on the prize, keep your mind on the prize, because that's that's the attitude that's going to, get you to the top, because what we think about, we bring about. So think about good things that are going to happen and what your life is going to be like when that goal is met. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
And I concur.
I concur. Hey, listen, so we're going to have a whole new lineup for the next quarter. And I'll put up that, we'll put up posting. And so you can see what the next show is going to be about. We're looking forward to a May show, a Mother's Day show, where we're going to be talking about motherhood. Yeah. And then a Father's Day show. Wouldn't that be so great? That's June. We're going to have a Father's Day. Yeah, we're going to have some real fathers on the show, real mothers on the show, and real fathers on the show.
Yes.
And so those should be really excited. So look for the mothers. And now my daughter's coming. I'm hoping that Stacy will come back, Linda.
Okay.
And then Lucinda, you're going to talk about how to be what do you call the mother, the surrogate mom, the surrogate mom, and God. And we got some, I got my daughter-in-law, we got some mothers that are gonna come. And we got, I love single dads who are so involved. And I have invited a single dad who has 3 sons. And he's so involved with everything that they do. They're all grown and he's still involved in their life. And so I want to see if, he's going to be available. And so we're still getting those shows together, but we want to have something for you. If you have any ideas on what shows you want to hear, what subjects you want to have a conversation, hey, talk to us about it. And what you feel like people could use to move them forward in their lives. So send us inboxes, or you send us an email at foroursuccessteam@gmail.com, or inbox us here. Or so either way. So there you go. We love you so much. We can't tell you how much we love you, because words can't say it. Each one of us, we pray for you guys. We pray, because we want to make sure that we give you something that, is from a higher calling. Make sure that it's at the right time in your life to help you be your best self, and help your family, and help everyone that you come in contact with, that you'll be that light in the world as well. So we love you. And if there's nothing more these ladies have to say, we're going to bid you adieu for this week. We love you. God be with you. And bye for now.
Bye-bye.